Let's see some of the water softening methods. So water softening means to remove or reduce the hardness. It can be temporary hardness or permanent hardness. Depending upon that, we have various methods available. So first let's see the methods which are used to remove temporary hardness. So first one is simply boiling. Using boiling you can remove the calcium hardness. So if CO2 is present in water, then this hardness will be in the form of this calcium bicarbonate. So when you boil this water, so what happens, this CO2 gas is released and this calcium bicarbonate converts to calcium carbonate, and it is precipitable, it is insoluble in water, so it can be easily removed by the sedimentation. So only this calcium bicarbonate can be removed from this. I mean, we can say the temporary hardness caused by calcium can be removed using boiling. We cannot remove the temporary hardness caused by this magnesium carbonates or magnesium bicarbonates because these are soluble in water. These are soluble, so they cannot be removed by boiling. So for that we have another method to remove the total temporary hardness, and that is addition of lime. So addition of lime, we can remove this magnesium carbonate, magnesium bicarbonate, as well as this calcium bicarbonate. So this lime is added in the form of hydrated lime, that is your CaOH whole twice. So these are the reactions. This magnesium carbonate reacts with lime and we get MgOH whole twice, that is magnesium hydroxide, and it is insoluble in water, so it can be removed by sedimentation. And similarly this CaCO3 is also produced, and that is calcium carbonate, that is also insoluble, so both can be sedimented, I mean they can be removed by sedimentation. Next reaction is between calcium bicarbonate and this lime. So here also we get magnesium hydroxide, so that is same, and we get calcium bicarbonate. So for calcium bicarbonate, again it reacts with calcium hydroxide, that is a lime, and it forms CaCO3, that is calcium carbonate, and it can be removed by the sedimentation process. So all of our temporary hardness can be removed by addition of lime. So if only temporary hardness is present, then addition of lime is a suitable method to remove the hardness. Now let's see the methods which are used to remove the permanent hardness. So we'll see two of these, that is lime soda process and zeolite process. So only these equations are there, very easy equations are there. So lime soda process means we add lime, and that is hydrated lime is added, that is CaOH whole twice, and soda is sodium carbonate, Na2CO3, these two are added. So these are the reactions you can easily follow. So calcium bicarbonate, it reacts with lime and we get calcium carbonate, similar to the earlier reactions we saw. Here magnesium bicarbonate reacts with lime and we get magnesium hydroxide. So whatever magnesium we have, it will be converted into magnesium hydroxide, and that is precipitable. In this reaction we are getting calcium bicarbonate also. Similarly magnesium carbonate reacts, we get magnesium hydroxide and calcium carbonate, and magnesium chloride reacts, so we get magnesium hydroxide again, and magnesium, in case of magnesium sulfate also we get magnesium hydroxide. But here we get these two permanent hardness giving compounds also, that is CaCl2 and CaSO4, and these two cannot be removed by lime. These are the small points you can remember about it, that this calcium the permanent hardness due to calcium compounds cannot be removed by lime. But here you can see that magnesium hardness, temporary as well as permanent, all of it has been removed by only at the addition of lime. Now let's see the next equation. So if carbon dioxide is there in water, in the same water, so it will also react with this lime and it will give CaCO3, so that can also be removed. So this one more point you can remember here is CO2 can be removed in lime soda process. Now what are the next two reactions? These are the reactions to remove the calcium, permanent hardness due to calcium. So these two are removed by the help of soda, that is sodium carbonate. So here we get CaCO3 and NaCl, and in this other equation also we get CaCO3, that is precipitable, and we get Na2SO4. So these sodium salts are soluble in water, and their presence does not affect much of the quality of the water, so it is not, I mean, it does not cause any of the problem. And apart from that, I mean, most of these CaCO3 and magnesium hydroxide gets sedimented, but some of these particles, because of this fine size, they may not get sedimented. So because of that reason, if they stay in water and if we send the water for filtration, then this will stuck here, and what does it do? It increases the sand particle size. It increases the sand particle size, and it is known as, I mean, it causes the enlargement of sand grains, and this process is known as incrustation of filter media, or you can say incrustation of sand, incrustation of filter media. So another point you can remember from here, or if this kind of water is sent in distribution network, so there also it can cause the incrustation of pipes also. So to remove these fine size particles which are there due to calcium carbonate, recarbonation of water is done. In recarbonation, simply carbon dioxide is added to water. So this reaction takes place, CaCO3 plus CO2 plus H2O, and we get calcium bicarbonate. That is, some temporary hardness is being added to water, but still it is done, because otherwise if we don't do this recarbonation, then incrustation of filter media or of distribution pipes can happen. So to avoid that, recarbonation of water will be done in the lime soda process. Next method to remove the temporary as well as permanent hardness, we have zeolite method, or it is called as base exchange process or cation exchange process. So these zeolites are salts of, I mean, these are naturally occurring salts or clays. So one of them is the sodium zeolite. So they have the cation exchange capacity. So here it is with sodium, and after this reaction, so this is our hardness, temporary as well as permanent hardness. So this sodium cation is exchanged by the this calcium and magnesium cations. So the zeolite, in this zeolite, what happens, we have a filter bed, kind of what we had in filtration, rapid sand filter or pressure filter you can say. So that kind of bed is there, and water is filtered through this bed. So these initially there will be this compound Na2Z, and after the filtration has happened, then these sodium is, I mean, the calcium and magnesium take the place of sodium. So these are replaced, and our water gets filtered, or we can say the hardness is reduced. So these are the naturally occurring zeolites. Some synthetic can also be made, those are known as resins. So once the filtration is done up to some time, then all of these sodium zeolite, I mean this cation, will be replaced by calcium and magnesium. So again we can obtain our sodium in back in this zeolite bed. So what is done, this sodium chloride solution is added. I mean, it will be this sodium chloride solution will be filtered through here. So this sodium will replace the calcium and magnesium. So this will get, I mean, it will go away with the water, and in our zeolite bed we will again get this sodium zeolite. So it can be reused. So some small points you can remember about all these methods which can be asked in objectives. So this is it about the softening methods. If you have any doubts, please ask. Thank you.